Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all in the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all in the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
You sure? It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee?
I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it.
Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Greetings. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the morning grind. I am feeling all of a sudden like chaos again. I was kind of feeling that way starting yesterday. I've got so many things to do. Stuff is piling up around the office again here. I've got a meeting that I've got to, a dinner meeting I've got to take tonight and I got to prepare for. There's so much going on. And like 48 hours ago or 72 hours ago, I was feeling under control, like I had my projects kind of bounded and under control. And now all of a sudden, once again, basically yesterday afternoon, as I was trying to get ready for Christmas by wrapping a bunch of gifts while preparing for the Star Trek conversation we had last night, and then had the Star Trek conversation last night, which was great. But now I'm up, panicked. Oh, now I'm feeling panicked again. So much going on. Hopefully you are feeling better than I am this morning. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning. So Charlie is, bartending an Xmas lunch party. Oh, sounds like fun, actually. Good morning, James. Good morning. Brent says, good morning, all. Great Star Trek 6 Table Talk finale last night. Yes, if you didn't see it, it's over there. It's on the Table Talk channel now for its permanent home. And both Sable Phoenix and James Bacon came on the stream last night. So it was Doug, James Bacon, Sable Phoenix, and me. And that was a fantastic conclusion to our series on Star Trek 6. So do definitely watch. And see, I've got to make up new thumbnails. So today's Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday? Yes, today's Wednesday. Okay. So tomorrow we're talking with RPG by DBJ. We're talking to a DBJ. His channel is RPG by DBJ. So tomorrow we'll be talking with DBJ on Table Talk tomorrow night. So that's going to be fun. Bringing in more guests. Actually, trying to get one of the things that has worked over on Table Talk is getting better about scheduling guests. So it's been nice to be able to reach out to people and have more guests on the show. So DBJ will be here tomorrow. This is, so our main topic for today. In fact, I don't have a whole lot of time for like today and tomorrow, so this won't be a long grind, but I figure it'll be perfect for unboxing the heir. It's the rogue heir of Elethorn. So this is one of the other HeroQuest new heroes, and I just got him in. So this is the rogue heir of Elethorn, a nimble and skilled skirmisher, deadly with small blades, independent but loyal to the monarch, a reluctant hero. So we will see. I'm hoping this guy's better than some of the other heroes that we've seen. I mean, I like the warlock, the bard. The sculpt of the bard just really hurts the bard. But we'll see. Sable says, it's gotten me thinking about finales and how to wrap up a story, especially a long-running story with a satisfying way. I've been thinking you could do that far worse than making your final episode a retelling of a creation myth. Yeah, that was very interesting. A very interesting perspective on that, Sable. Good morning, Zero. Sable says, it's also gotten me thinking that we should table talk Firefly and its finale movie, Serenity, both of which are fantastic. Yeah, I'm not sure why Firefly hasn't come up before now. I was really big into Firefly. I don't really remember the Serenity movie, but I remember being really big into Firefly. Good morning, Robert. Yeah, it is Christmas chaos here. It is Christmas chaos. James says, and I haven't had one of my Christmas parties canceled. My father's side of the family's canceled because of the flu and COVID going around. Yep. What's ever happening over here? Uninvited human guests, non-human guests, and now lights. Are you experiencing your own version of Dickens? Yeah, I still got to figure out what's up with my lights over here. I mean, I can turn them on physically, but I can't change their dim settings anymore or change their colors like I do when I'm setting up the house anywhere on here. yeah, right here. All right, let's see here. So the first thing let's do, I guess there's not a whole lot to talk about as far as upcoming. I don't have the links yet, but DBJ tomorrow will be on. And we're working on having a guest next Thursday as well. That would be the 28th. I'm not sure what the 26th is on Table Talk, but we'll see. All right, let me go over here to our reading. And everybody got your favorite drink. I've got my beverage this morning right here. Let's do 2 deep inhales, complete exhales, and then do our reading. So here we go. And sip. All right, so the amateur is terrified. Fear is the primary color of the amateur's interior world. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of looking foolish, fear of underachieving, and fear of overachieving, fear of poverty, fear of loneliness, fear of death. But mostly what we all fear as amateurs is being excluded from the tribe, i.e. the gang, the posse, mother and father, family, nation, race, religion. The amateur fears that if he turns pro and lives out his calling, he will have to live up to who he really is and what he is truly capable of. The amateur is terrified that if the tribe should discover who he really is, he will be kicked out into the cold to die. The professional is terrified too. The professional, by the way, is just as terrified as the amateur. In fact, the professional may be more terrified because she's more acutely conscious of herself and her interior universe. The difference, see part 3, lies in the way the professional acts in the face of fear. All right. I'm also having a problem with my auxiliary camera here in that I'm having trouble getting it to stay where it's supposed to stay. And I used to not have this problem. But maybe I can get it. All right, let's fire this up and see what's inside this rogue elf. Tomorrow, like I said, we'll probably have to have short morning grinds today and tomorrow. But tomorrow, I'll take a look at the 1-up dice. And also, I should have a new proof of the Trial of St. Gabriel. So those would be 2 short things to take a look at. So we'll take a look at those tomorrow. And I'll let everybody on the Infinite Black and Elder Dice side of things let's know that we're going to look at their 1-up dice tomorrow. Well, not that. All right, let me turn on the light over here. Get some light on this subject. All right, so this is the box for the Rogue Heir of Elethorn HeroQuest Hero Collection. And of course, this is an expansion to the HeroQuest game. It says the Rogue Heir of Elethorn, a nimble and lightly skilled skirmisher. A nimble and skilled skirmisher, deadly with small blades, independent but loyal to the monarch, a reluctant hero. This contains 12 finely detailed miniatures, 12 game cards, and a story card. So it does have 12 cards in here. Has anybody played with the Rogue yet? I really wish I had a good Druid. I'm still got to figure out how to get the Druid. Because it feels like actually the Rogue and, well, the Rogue and the Druid might be ones that people might want to play. Oh, James says my 1-up dice just shipped. Yeah, so the Wave 1 seems to be going out here in the U.S. All right. Oh, neat. I mean, the monk had some very sophisticated packaging. Oh, so this one kind of does too. Doesn't have the rolled up scroll like the monk did, but we do have this letter here. It says, official communique. Your Royal Highness, as the bravest of warriors and the heir to the kingdom of Elethorn, it is critical that you are made aware of how serious the threat to the realm and your family. It is critical that you are made aware of a serious threat to the realm and to your family. We know that you have sought independence from your mother, Queen Terelia, as you travel the world this past 12 months, far from your life of wealth and privilege. Now the Queen, our beloved monarch, has requested that you return from your journey forthwith. The seer of the court has used psychic powers and celestial reckoning to locate you. Our fleetest wind cutter is standing by to transport you to the palace without delay. Both our kingdom and your family are in grave peril. The Queen's decision to honor our defense treaty with the King of the Realm by sending our most courageous heroes to aid has riven a deep chasm in our populace. The council is broken down into opposing factions, and there are reports of deadly skirmishes breaking out in the capital. Furthermore, it is with great sadness that we inform you that your aunt, the Archmage Sinestra, has taken your younger sister Melandriel hostage in the stronghold of the marshes of Glennis Fen. While her motives are unknown at this time, we suspect she will demand the Queen's abdication. Sinestra is likely influenced by powerful but still unidentified evil forces that must be crushed before their poisonous tentacles take hold. You may be of assistance to those heroes who step forward to lead a counterattack. Your kind regard in treating this matter with extreme secrecy and discretion is appreciated. May the strength of long life and the mighty oak be bestowed upon you. Cadre of Raven's Vale. So this clearly goes with the Mage of the Mirror pack, because Melandriel being kidnapped, Sinestra, all of that was in the Mage of the Mirror. So it does look like it's a rogue elf here. This one I got. James says, "Are these expansions available off the shelf, or is all this Hasbro bonus material?" I think they're making them all available off the shelf now, because I just got this off the shelf too. So I got this and the monk off the shelf, well, from Amazon. So I think that I think they're all being re-released. I remember the Knight was was an exclusive. Was that like a retailer exclusive or something? And so the Knight was one that you couldn't get, although the Knight was repackaged like with a different sculpt, because they didn't want, rightfully, if something was like Kickstarter, was it exclusive in some way? It wasn't just re-released, but there was a new sculpt made and maybe new cards and things like that. And then the Knight was put in one of the other boxes. So I think they're coming out with a way to get all of them. But the Druid is one that I don't know how to get. What that Druid might be packaged in. Okay, so we've got, so it's 12. Is it 12 cards because we're doing both? All right. Oh, they wrapped up the miniature. Clearly going for the premium packaging for the HeroQuest cards. HeroQuest miniatures thing. Aha! Now look at that. I like that. Now that's a good miniature. That's a good HeroQuest miniature right there. That far exceeds the Bard. I would say that's of a HeroQuest quality miniature. He's pretty fun too. Good morning, PH. Yes, please do hit the like button. So yeah, he's like a swashbuckling kind of rogue elf. So I will take that. I will take that. To me, I mean, people are going to have different opinions on what it means to be highly detailed. But one of the advantages I had always thought of the original HeroQuest sculpts was that they weren't overly detailed. Now, they were still crisp. They were still well sculpted. They were all of that. But they weren't so detailed that you can't, that you couldn't actually paint it. And I'm big on that because, yes, I know we can have extremely detailed paint job or extremely detailed sculpts and do an extremely nice paint job on it. If we're trying to win the Golden Demon, or if we're trying to, paint up one single hero for our Dungeons and Dragons game. But I'm much more interested in having a whole box worth of miniatures painted up. So I've got to play the entire game painted. And I want to be able to sit down and play the game. Excuse me. I want to be able to sit down and paint while I'm like watching a movie or something like that and just enjoy myself. And so the miniatures, they're a little bit less detailed, not quality of sculpt or things like that, but ones that aren't just overwhelming detail, to me are better for that sort of thing because they paint faster for just to get miniatures on the painted miniatures on the table. As far as, just ease of painting, ease of casual painting better. Yeah, the sculpt is much better. The sculpt is much better than the Bard. Yeah, he would work well in a steampunk setting. He kind of would, or a pirate game. Well, we've got clearly there's the pirate influence. We've got the docks here for his packaging. And then here is the female version. Good morning, Jason. Good morning. So I also like her. That was one of the reasons that I picked up the elf. See if I can get to focus. The elf rogue here. It's because I thought their sculpts were decent. Come on. So we have to see how they, obviously they're armed with throwing knives or something here. We'll have to see how the rules take care of that. But I'll take these. So far, I believe these are my favorites. These might be my favorites of all of the expansion heroes. Maybe even more so than the knight. I'll take them. All right, so we've got cards here that explain how we play. So here's the rogue. So the rogue is attack 1, defend 2. Oh, the rogue is only attack 1. Attack 1, defend 2, body 5, mind 4. Movement 2 red dice, and starting weapon a dagger. Let me see if I can get the... Oh, I moved it. Shouldn't have done that. Tape. That's what I'm thinking. Crazed harpooner. All of my stuff is all of a sudden not working. All right. Auxiliary camera. I really need, like, auxiliary camera. Needs to have its, like, screws tightened or something, but you can't do it. All right. There. That's what we got. That's what I'm thinking, Crazed Harpooner. Welcome. Good to see you in the chat this morning. Here's to you. Toast to you, Crazed Harpooner. Yep, great to see a new face in the chat. Okay, so it says, you are the rogue, a nimble skirmisher who is deadly with small blades, but you lack the ability to use metal armor and shields. Equipped with your trusty bandelier, you're always prepared for danger. So we do have 3 rogue skills and then 2 new pieces of equipment. Let's see what the rogue skills are. Rogue skill, opportunistic striker. Once per turn, you may throw 1 extra combat die when attacking a monster next to another hero. Do not discard after use. Okay, so once per turn. Oh, so they've got, so it's kind of like a backstab. So it says you may throw. I thought they were throwing daggers here, but you may throw 1 extra combat die when attacking a monster next to another hero. Do not discard after use. So you don't want, so the rogue shouldn't go in first. Somebody else should go in first, get next to a monster, and the rogue should go in and attack the one that's next to the monster that the hero is next to. Combat mobility. You may move unseen through spaces occupied by monsters. Do not discard after use. Yeah, backstab or flanking, right, yes. So, combat mobility, you may move unseen through spaces occupied by monsters. Do not discard after use. That one's strong. I mean, other spells only allow you to do this. I'm still concerned about power creep across all of them. The next one is ambidextrous. Once per turn, when you attack with a short sword or a dagger, you may make 1 additional attack with the dagger. Do not discard after use. So you're really getting, well, if you're attacking with a short sword and a dagger, so you would have a short sword would give you an attack strength of 2. Then you may make 1 additional attack with the dagger. That would be 3. Yeah, it's like permanent veil of mist, exactly. And then once per turn, you may throw 1 extra combat die when attacking a monster next to another hero. So that's actually 4 attack dice. That's a lot of dice. Equipment Bandelier. Bandelier, it says, counts as a toolkit for disarming traps. And you... excuse me. Counts as a toolkit for disarming traps, and you are always considered to be armed with a dagger. It can only be used by the rogue. So does that mean you can throw these daggers? I guess, I mean, and the advantage of the Bandelier is you have unlimited daggers to throw. Well, here is dagger right here, weapon. This sharp knife gives you the attack strength of 1 combat die. A dagger can also be thrown at any monster you can see, but is lost once it's thrown. But if you have the Bandelier, do you get the Bandelier free? It just says starting weapon dagger. But it says equipped with your trusty Bandelier, you're always prepared for danger. So I think I'm supposed to give that Bandelier to him early. So even though we just have an attack strength of 1, it does kind of seem like to me he's got a lot of attack power. Because so this is the second time we've got a character who has basically unlimited range. He's got unlimited range from the very beginning. Now it's just a 1 attack. But he can throw daggers. Like the Warlock can now use the wand. He's got permanent Veil of Mist. And could potentially attack with up to 4 dice in the right circumstances. Sounds like it. I never liked throwing daggers in HeroQuest. You're literally throwing amounts of gold at enemies to try to damage them. In the EU versions, you had both the throwing axe and the spear. Yeah, I agree. It always seems like throwing a dagger and not being able to recover it, yeah, is really expensive. Because you're throwing a lot of gold for a 1 HP, one combat die attack. It doesn't make sense. So, yeah, dagger, unlimited daggers. Let's see how much this Bandelier costs. See, it does give a cost, 300 gold coins. See, 300 gold coins. How much does a crossbow cost? Kind of feels like to me a Bandelier of throwing daggers would give you it like, yeah, sure. You're not tracking ammunition in HeroQuest, so you get an unlimited number of throwing daggers, but maybe they're shorter range than the crossbow. All right, let's see what this is. So we got another rogue card, this time for the guy. I wonder if these are the same cards. Let's see. Rogue skill. Opportunistic striker. Once per turn, you may throw 1 extra combat die when attacking a monster next to another hero. Do not discard after use. So we get duplicate cards. Combat mobility. Well, it is a... The art is different. Yeah, they did put the male and females on the cards. So I got the male version of Opportunistic Striker and the female version of Opportunistic Striker. And here with combat mobility, where did it go? Combat mobility. Yeah, okay, they're behind somebody else. But you got the woman over here and the male, the guy over here. I guess that's so you can play both of them. I guess they want you to be able to play both of them at the same time. Ambidextrous. Yeah, once per turn, when you attack with a short sword or a dagger, you may make 1 additional attack with a dagger. Do not discard after use. I do like her card art, though. Bandelier. And a dagger. Yeah, well, the dagger costs 25 gold. Yeah, 25 gold for a dagger. Okay, what do we think here? James says, I was eating when the new viewer showed up. Welcome, Crazed Harpooner. Moby Dick came up last night. Did we accidentally summon you? Crazed Harpooner says, I usually limited the throwing to once per encounter and the item is recovered, thus giving them reusability, but not multiple uses per combat. See, I like that. That seems... It's one extra thing to track, but it seems to make more sense. Crazed Harpooner says, that would be nice. 2 rogues can play off of each other. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I would try out the rogue. If somebody wanted to play rogue. In Dragon Strike, the rogue has 3 sneak attacks. I think it's 3. That increases their power like once. And you've got 3 cards and you turn them in once you use them. So this is a bit different from that. They get to do different things. Again, the reusability seems to be an issue, or potentially an issue. I don't know. I haven't played, so we'll have to see how the playtesting actually went. But, in one way that you could have said, hey, combat mobility, that's a one-off spell, like, one-off ability like the other spells. Opportunistic Striker might be. And maybe just ambidextrous is their special skill or something. I don't know. James says, I really like that artwork on the cards. It looks like they could maybe by Jesper Ising. He does a lot of MG artwork, so Hasbro already has him in the stable. I wonder if we were credited anywhere. Yeah, I do like the art for these cards too. Where'd my box top go? Right here. I don't see any credits. Oh, wait. What's on the back of this? Look, we've got some information here on how to play this character in multiple attacks on the back of this. Still no credits. But it says how to play with this character. When you play the HeroQuest game system and are choosing your hero, you may select this character or you may select another character available to you. A group of heroes should not include any duplicate characters. So note, well, if you're not supposed to have any duplicate characters, I feel the duplicate cards here is a little bit wasted. What do I do with these extra cards if I'm not supposed to have any duplicate characters in the group? So this tells you that you can't. Multiple attacks. A monster attacked by a hero with multiple attacks gets only 1 defend roll to that hero per turn, no matter how many of your hero's attacks are directed at that monster. For example, the rogue attacks a gargoyle with a dagger and rolls the skull. The gargoyle decides to roll its defend die against the attack. The rogue then attacks the gargoyle a second time, but the gargoyle is unable to defend against the second attack. Oh, that's even more powerful here. I think I remember that wasn't that the Barbarian Quest pack? When the other monsters, wasn't that like the War Bear or something, had multiple attacks against you, and they would attack you, and then you had to decide whether or not you were going to defend, because if it attacks you again, you don't have defense. So this makes him even stronger. So yes, the single attack die belies his strength. Crazed Harpooner says, I would have to experiment with it, but maybe limiting the combat mobility by requiring them to start their turn out of the monster's line of sight. House roll that out. Yeah, 4 combat twice. Nuts. Well, I'm not sure. So he needs to use a short sword and a dagger. So opportunistic striker would get you 3, and then ambidextrous would get you another attack. And one of those attacks you could not defend against. Although, like we said, I really wish HeroQuest had a better way of telling us what are hard quests, what are easy quests, how many, how much gold or how much equipment you're supposed to have, because, okay, I mean, this is tough. But then again, some of those barbarian quest packs, and I know the elf quest pack too, can be really tough. You're talking about house rolling that out. You're talking about the monster and the barbarian quest pack that attacks you twice. Yeah. Oh yeah. The attack 4. Oh yeah. 4 combat twice. Yeah. That was horrible. I think that is those bears. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the rogue, but yeah, that's the 4 dice attacks that you can only defend against one is insane. So if you're playing against that, then having a rogue and maybe the monk and stuff like that, maybe that will help you out. But I just wish that were cleaner in HeroQuest so that you knew. HeroQuest doesn't have levels like in Dungeons and Dragons or other role-playing games to help you know how many levels are supposed to go in, but at least need some type of like what's their recommended attack strength, how many attack dice or defend dice are they recommending? That needed structure in the beginning. I think that's what makes it feel sometimes old school, because you can get yourself into a world of hurt, which is kind of surprising. That was surprising when we played the barbarian. I believe it was the barbarian quest pack, or maybe it was the elf quest pack a long time ago, when I just had to download the elf quest pack off the internet. I was proxying figures. We were surprised that all of a sudden the quests were so difficult. We weren't used to that, because we also didn't often we did some with keeping your character, of course, but at other times new people would come in or whatever, and so we didn't always have like super high powered characters that were playing all the way through. Andrew says good morning. Good morning, Andrew. And solo quests are extra hard due to being solo. Yes. Well, and I mean, talk about playtesting and things like that. If you're running the solo quest and then you get the Yeti hug, that by the rules, you can't even get out of the, I mean, you're just done. Game over right there. Please do hit the like button. Please do hit the like button. Yeah, we're going to, I'm going to have a short one today because I've got tons of stuff to do. Christmas stuff going on, a bunch of other stuff going on. I got to get ready for a meeting tonight. So tomorrow then, we'll probably also have a short morning grind, but I do have the 1-up dice, which come in this this Super Nintendo packaging right here. They just arrived from Infinite Black, and I should have the new Trial of St. Gabriel proof, and I'm hoping that it is perfect. It should arrive this afternoon. I'm hoping that it is perfect, and that way we can send out those books. Oh, Andrew was there late. Was last night. Yes, if you want to see James Bacon live, what he looks like, he was on the stream last night on Table Talk. Look up the Table Talk channel. Yeah, you got to hear Sable Phoenix. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you to everybody watching live, and also thank you to everybody who is here on replay. Please do like, if you leave comments down below, if you played the Rogue, if you're watching on replay, if you have any recommendations, does he work? Is he overpowered? Please let us know. I would be interested to know your thoughts on the Rogue to see if I should integrate him into the game with the nephews. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Go forth, be creative, be constructive, and grind on. Later, everybody.